Now student, I am solving question number 134. Here the current ratios, liquid ratios, fixed assets to proprietary ratio, everything is there. Working capital also is there. Reserve and surplus 2000s, bank overdraft, there is no long term. So working capital is there. So current assets minus current liabilities, we can write as 8000, or we can say that current assets is equals to 8000 plus CL. Current assets is equals to so this is equation 1. Now we know the current ratio. Current ratio is equals to current assets by current liabilities. So the current ratio is equals to current assets by current liabilities. So we can say, as instead of current assets, we can write 8000 plus CL by CL. So as a result, 2CL minus CL is equals to 8000. So you can say current liabilities is our 8000. So how much our current assets? We always know that current asset is equals to 8000 plus CL. So 8000 plus 8000, though the current assets will be 16000. Now fixed assets to proprietary ratio. This is very important part. So it is very important that we know the fixed assets to proprietors fund. So fixed assets by proprietors fund. .75. Now it is very important a formula that we know that proprietors fund is equals to fixed assets plus working capital. Very important formula, fixed assets plus working capital. So in proprietors fund we have to write fixed assets plus working capital. Instead of proprietors fund, we can write fixed asset plus working capital is equals to 0.5. Now we don't know the value of the fixed assets, but we know that our working capital is 8000. So as a result, we can easily find the value of fixed assets. So the fixed assets value is 32,000. So our the proprietors fund also we can easily extract from this formula that we know that proprietors fund is equals to fixed assets plus working capital. So the fixed asset is 32,000 and the working capital is 8,000. So as a result, our proprietors fund is 40,000. Now from the liquid ratio, we know that current asset minus stock divided by current liabilities. So how much you have a current assets? Current assets we have 16,000. We don't know the value of stock, and the current liabilities is 8,000, and the liquid ratio is 1.25. So 1.25 into 8,000, here we can also write, is equals to 16,000 minus stock. That means it's 1.25 into 8,000. It's 10,000 minus 16,000 is equals to minus stock. So it's minus 6,000 is equals to minus stock. So the value of stock is 6,000. Only one thing is left, that is gearing ratios. The gearing ratios represent actually preference share to equity. That means in our proprietors fund or capital employed or net worth, how much the preference share capital and how much its equity share capital. See, the preference share and equity, the capital gearing ratio capital gearing ratio 5:1. So the capital gearing ratio preference share capital to equity share capital. So we don't know the value of the preference share capital. We don't know the value of equity shares capital. But we know the reserve and surplus. So as a result, we know our total proprietors fund, how much proprietors fund equals to, we can write that equity share capital plus reserve and surplus plus preference share capital. So the total proprietors fund is how much? It's 40,000. Equity share capital we don't know the equity share capital value, plus preference share capital we don't know, but we know the reserves. Reserve is 2,000. So as a result, we can say that our equity share capital plus preference share capital is equals to 40 minus 2, that is 38,000, or we can write as equity share capital is equals to 38,000 minus preference share cap. This is the equation we can write, and that equation will help to generate this. So our capital gearing ratio is 5/1. So we can write 5/1, and the preference share capital taken as preference share capital, but instead of equity share capital we can write 38,000 plus preference share capital. So if it is cross multiply, then we can say preference share capital is equals to 5 preference share capital 38,000 into 5 plus 1,90,000. So it will be preference share to equity. Sorry student, this formula is wrong. Actually see, the preference share to equity, it should be equities to preference share. That means the equity part it should be greater than the preference share part. Okay, so we can say it is 5/1. Again, preference share to equity, it should be equity to preference share. That means equity share capital by preference share capital is equals to 5/1. So or we can write here our preference share capital is 1 and this is 5. It's better. Again we have to do capital gearing ratio, means equity share capital by preference share capital. Okay, so 5/1 is equals to, instead of equity share capital we should put 38,000 minus preference share by preference share. So 5 preference share plus preference share is equals to 38,000. So 6 preference share is equals to 38,000, or the preference share is equals to 38,000 by 6. Only this much. So you have to prepare a balance sheet. Now let's prepare a balance sheet. Here you have to write shareholder fund. In shareholder fund you have to write equity share capital, preference share capital and reserve and surplus. All together it should be 40,000. As we know that shareholder fund is 40. So in between that our preference share is only 6,333. We know the reserve and surplus is 2,000 and the rest our equity share capital. Clear? Current liabilities is 8,000. We know the fixed assets. Our fixed assets is became our fixed assets is 32,000, current assets is 16,000. So in assets we can put fixed assets 32,000 and the current assets is 16,000. This side is the assets in a balance sheet and this is liability. But student, you have to construct in the new format of the balance sheets under schedule 3. This is the rough balance sheet that we are doing. This side is a 48,000, here also it is a 48,000. In that particular sum, only the capital gearing ratio is wrong. Actually, the formula of the capital gearing ratio is equity share by preference share. Equity share capital by preference share. So, hope student you will understand. Check these sums very carefully. Only that part is became our wrong. And again I tell you that this is the very useful formula, that the proprietors fund is equals to fixed assets plus working capital. From that we have to extract our fixed assets, proprietors fund, etc., etc. Thank you so much.